I Love Boosters gave me a headache in a good way. Yesterday I saw I Love Boosters directed by Boots Riley starring a treasure trove of people, and here are my general thoughts. If you like film content, and trailer talk, I'm your guy, fall for more. I didn't think anything could get weirder than Sorry to Bother You, Boots Riley's other film, and yet this really doubles that. It starts off simple enough following this group called the Velvet Gang who shoplift these high-end fashion products and sell them for, a lower price. The main fashion company that they steal from being Metro Designers, which is headed by Demi Moore's character, Christy Smith. That is all I knew going into this movie. I knew it was going to get weird, but shit just goes balls to the walls. I truly don't want to give anything away because I think it's just something you have to see on the big screen. It is honestly kind of a miracle we do get to see something like this on the big screen. It's kind of reminiscent of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Being that, it's obviously insanely creative, and I was basically holding my breath waiting for the next creative or weird thing to happen. In fact, I had a friend walk out due to a scene involving going down under, if you know, you know. A lot of stuff out of left field. It's more consistently throughout the movie than maybe Sorry to Bother You was, which made it through and through an incredibly enjoyable experience. Obviously, for a fashion-based movie, if the costume design wasn't great, this would just not work, and thankfully it does. But the production design was probably one of my favorite bits. It reminded me a lot of the Cat in the Hat movie, funny enough. But with everything being based in the real world, it's just so cool to see these kind of surrealist elements that happen to be within them that really don't get acknowledged, you know? Before seeing the film, I saw Boots Riley talk about how there's aspects lifted from Looney Tunes and that it's very present here. It is insanely cartoonish for the subject matter at hand. And the themes here, not very subtle. It depends on the type of person you are, whether you like that or not. But personally, I really like how with the level of world building that had to happen within the film, how rooted in those themes it still was. You can definitely get a good idea of the theming in this movie from the trailers, but also they showed basically nothing from this movie in the actual trailers. Some of it probably because they couldn't show it in a trailer, but other bits that are definitely more fantastical that I was glad was a surprise for my viewing. The cast is extremely solid, they all understand the assignment, but I wish the character writing was a bit stronger. Keke Palmer's character is definitely the main character in this ensemble, but I wish everybody else had a bit more to do or say. And there were some characters, mainly Lakeith Stanfield's character, that I didn't really understand the point of why they were there. There's probably some sort of reason that I just did not read into. What I'm saying basically is the loose emotional connection that I think I had to the main people within this movie kind of bogged down what was insanely creative behind it. Despite that, I'm still pretty high on this film. I give it a 4 out of 5, but I almost didn't consider rating it at all. But we definitely need more films like this in theaters, especially with auteur filmmakers behind it with such a unique vision. You probably heard that 100 times. I'm not saying anything new, but it is true. So support independent and original filmmaking like this because I can definitely see this getting a cult following. Have you seen I Love Boosters? What did you think about it? Remember, all movies are art, and of course, follow for more.